All right, let's talk about leg day. We all know that having strong legs is pretty much essential for, well, everything we do in life, right? From just walking around to carrying in the groceries. But actually building them can feel, I don't know, really complicated. Well, we're here to fix that.
So, you walk into the gym, you see all the machines, all the free weights, and that one big question just hits you. Where do I even begin? It's a totally common feeling, and honestly, it's that sense of being overwhelmed that stops a lot of people from staying consistent.
But what if I told you that the most effective leg workouts are actually the simplest ones? Yeah, it's true. You don't need some crazy, super complex, hour-long routine to get real results. The secret is simplicity. And today, we're going to build your perfect leg day right from the ground up. So, let's start with the foundation. I mean, every single effective leg workout out there, whether you're a total beginner or a seasoned pro, is built on just 3 core movement patterns. If you can master these, you've mastered leg day. And here they are: squats, hip hinges, and lunges. That's it. Seriously. These 3 movements are the absolute superstars because when you put them together, they target all the major muscle groups in your lower body. We're talking quads, hamstrings, glutes, the whole shebang. First up, the squat. You've got to think of this as the king of leg exercises. It's just a fundamental pattern for building raw strength in the front of your legs, that's your quadriceps, and of course your glutes. Next, we've got the hip hinge. Now, this movement is all about the back of your body, what fitness pros call the posterior chain. Think about exercises like deadlifts. They fall right into this category, and they are absolutely crucial for developing powerful glutes and strong, healthy hamstrings. And finally, the lunge. Now, this one's a single leg or a unilateral movement. What's so great about that? It introduces a balance challenge. Lunges force each leg to work all on its own, which is fantastic for fixing any strength imbalances you might have and just improving your overall stability. Okay, theory is great, but let's put it into practice. We're going to look at one perfect, super beginner-friendly exercise for each one of our 3 core movements. For our squat, we're picking the goblet squat. This variation is just brilliant because holding the weight in front of your chest kind of naturally helps you keep your torso upright. It's way easier on the back than a big barbell squat, and it is the perfect way to kneel down proper form. Let's break it down real quick. You hold one dumbbell right up against your chest, kind of like you're holding a big goblet, right? Then you just sit your hips back, keep your chest proud, and go as low as you comfortably can. Then you drive right back up through your heels. Simple, but oh man, it is incredibly effective. For our hip hinge, we're going with a true classic, the Romanian Deadlift, or RDL. This is your absolute go-to for targeting those hamstrings and glutes directly. It's all about that hip movement. Now, the most important thing to remember with this one is that you are not squatting down. You're pushing your hips back while keeping your back perfectly straight. You lower the weights just until you feel a really good stretch in your hamstrings, and then you powerfully drive your hips forward to stand back up. That's the hinge. And for our lunge, we're using the reverse lunge. The source material calls this a friendlier version, and for good reason. Stepping backward instead of forward is just more stable. It often feels more natural, which makes it way easier to keep your balance and maintain good form. It's a really controlled movement. You just take a big step back, drop your back knee down towards the floor until your front thigh is about parallel to the ground, and then you push through that front foot to come right back to the start. Okay, so now that we have our 3 key exercises, let's see how they build into a full workout. All right, we have our building blocks. So how do we actually assemble them into a workout? Well, it's as easy as 1, 2, 3. Seriously, there's a formula. First part of the formula, the number of exercises. You only need to pick between 3 and 5. That's it. This lets you really focus your energy and do each movement with really high quality, which is so much more productive than trying to do 10 exercises poorly. Second, the number of sets. For each exercise you've picked, you're going to aim for 3 complete sets. This gives you just enough work to stimulate muscle growth without totally burning you out. And finally, the repetitions. The sweet spot for building both strength and muscle size is right here, 8 to 12 reps per set. You want to pick a weight that makes those last couple of reps feel challenging, but still allows you to keep that perfect form. And this just brilliantly shows what it all looks like when you put it together. Here is a sample workout using our formula. You've got a squat, a hinge, a lunge, and then an extra glute-focused move thrown in. 4 exercises, 3 sets each, all in that 8 to 12 rep range.
Simple, balanced, and believe me, incredibly effective. This brings up a really interesting bit of research. You might be wondering, should I train legs once a week, twice, maybe 3 times? Well, the science actually suggests that what matters most is your total training volume. That's your total sets multiplied by your reps. This means a single, really high-quality session can be just as effective for muscle growth as multiple smaller ones. So, after all of this, what's the single most important thing to remember when it comes to leg day? It's this right here. This quote from our source material just says it all. Don't overcomplicate it. Focus on those foundational movements, perform them well, and you will see your strength go up. At the end of the day, simplicity isn't a shortcut. It's the most direct path to getting results. So, you now have the blueprint for a simple, powerful, and effective leg day. You've got the movements, you've got the exercises, and you've got the formula. So the only question left is, what are you going to build with it?